Welcome to DevWorld, my name is Sam, and today I'm going to take you on a journey how it is for me as a hiring manager to hire a position. In this video we're going to talk about the UX UI position that we currently have open in my company. So this will help you to understand how we hiring managers think so you can get a better chance of getting the next job. So the position we are searching is a perfect example if you are an entry-level UX UI designer, because we don't search something like senior UX UI designer. We search somebody that is entry-level, has maybe 1 year experience. We search somebody in Latin America because this is where our IT team is mostly located, and it's a position for a UX UI designer for a website and a mobile application, so no logo, branding or nothing like that. So at the end of the day, if you know how to design a website and a mobile application in Figma or Adobe XD, something like that, you already got the job. So it's nothing crazy we are searching. So let's go into the first day where we actually publish the job post. Here you can see the job post. We're a company located in Berlin, but the job is completely remote. And as I said, mostly it's going to be in the Latin America region where this person will get a job. So the post is online. Now I'm very curious to see how many applications we get in the next couple of days. So it's just a couple of days later and we already got the first couple of applications in. There were around 15 applications, so heads up to our HR team, they did a great job there. Before we go into a couple of the details of these applications, I quickly want to mention like how the whole thing works for me. So you can see here I have a sheet where I got some base information of the candidates, and then I check this link out where I go to the CV and the cover letter. Important to know, this is a very important step for you as an applicant. It's just all about the first impression I get here. So I don't have a lot of information about you, of course. So the first impression here is very important. So everything that you send to your hiring manager needs to be in tip-top shape. What I'm actually looking for in an application is that you are interested in us as a company. So I want to see that you tell me something about the company, why you want to work here. Of course, I want to see that you have the base skills. So if you search for UX UI designer, I want to see that you're not a logo designer, but that you're a designer for UX UI. So in our case, a website. And then just overall, the overall impression of the presentation of your person, of your CV, all of that. So let's get into a couple of issues that I found for the first couple of applications I reviewed. So one thing that really stood out to me in the beginning is not a lot of people actually write cover letters. This was surprising to me, like if you have a field that says CV and you put in your CV, and if you have a field that says cover letter and you either put your CV again in as your cover letter or you don't put a cover letter in at all, this is a very bad sign for me as well. And then another thing that we get is we get these kind of very small or very generic cover letters. In the cover letter, you have the opportunity to tell me why you are the perfect person for that position. And also what you should do is actually show why you are interested in that job specifically. Why are you interested in our company and why are you the right person? So if I see a cover letter that is like this, I'm a hardworking person looking to get yada yada, this generic information, I'm already like annoyed with your application. Like, why didn't you put in like the 5 minutes, 10 minutes of work to personalize the whole thing? So this was very surprising to me. So surprising that I'm actually gonna start with a statistic to see how many people actually are not writing a cover letter. So at the end of this video, we can take like the learnings, what you can do to really stand out as a candidate. Then the other thing was that UX UI designers like this Behance, this is from Adobe, where they can show their portfolio, their project. But if I'm searching for a website designer and a mobile application designer, then show me your website. Have a portfolio ready, because if I go here and I have these couple of portfolio pieces you did and I check this out, this doesn't tell me anything. I cannot see and interact with your website. Like, there is no hover state here. I see a little bit about the project, about the fonts. I don't care about that. I want to see the finished product. So don't just send a Behance portfolio summary of what you did. Have a portfolio website ready. Something like this guy, where I can actually see the website. I can see how the link behave. The person has put in more effort to the links. I can go to the case study. I can see that there's a hover state with this button. I can see the visual hierarchy here, and I don't have to kind of abstract it from the Behance. So this is very important for you. Have a portfolio website. I don't care if it's by Wix and on a free tier or whatever, but just have something that I know what a finished product looks like. Because on the other hand, I'm also thinking as a hiring manager, the portfolio website you have is probably the best you can do, because this is your personal site. So if I can see, this is the best that person can do, I can already see like on what kind of level that person is. So very important, don't just send me the Behance. So yes, from these around 15 or 20 applications even, I got just 5 the next round. So I'm very curious to see if they can pass the next round. The next round in our company is actually that they pass a cultural fit test. It's like a 10-minute video call. So yeah, let's see how many of those 5 applicants make it through this test, and then I'm curious to see and speak directly to them in person. So a couple of people actually have it made to the next round. At the end of the video, I'm gonna let you know how many people actually started the process, went to stage 1, stage 2. So make sure to stick around to the end of the video to know about that. But today I'm actually gonna have my first interview with a person. I want to explain here now what we're going to do and what I'm looking for if I do an interview like that. So the interview will be quite extensive, so it's going to be 60 minutes. The first part we will talk about the person's personality with some questions that we have, and then additional to that, in the middle part of the interview we will actually do some kind of exercises, and these are the things that I'm most curious to see how the people behave. So one of the things will be how they would structure a landing page, which is pretty easy. I will just ask if you have a landing page for, in my example, a traveling landing page for, I don't know, trips to Peru, how would you structure them? What would be in the above the fold? What would be further down? And what would be your ideas behind that? That's the first question. The second question is more about how they handle Figma or a design tool. So what we'll actually do is we use a design system. In this case, it will be Decathlon, and the task will be to add a card with the title, a description, and a button and an image. What I want to see from the candidate is how they actually handle that. Like, do they name stuff? Do they use auto layouts? Do they use the components actually in the design system already? Or do they just sketch up something from just the Figma tools, which is actually the thing that I don't want to see. I want to see them reuse components, figuring out what is the spacing, and lead me through their thoughts to see how actually they work. Because the most important thing for me in this interview stage is not what they do with the final result. I want to see how they approach a task, how they approach an issue or a challenge, and how their thought process is behind that. Even if the end result looks crappy, I don't really care if I saw the person has a structured way of doing things, because the end result can always be improved. But how a person actually copes with a challenge is something else. That's the thing that I'm actually looking for. All right, I'm curious now to see the candidates in the interviews, and of course I'm going to let you know about the key takeaways, especially in consideration how you can then improve your next interview. All right, I had my first couple of interviews and they were very interesting. One of the things that I found out right away is that they were all skilled designers. That's one of the good things about hiring a designer. Even before you talk to them, you can filter them out, because in the portfolio you can see if they have a good design eye, let's say, or no. So that was one good thing. So the candidates that actually made it to the next and last round were the ones that I could see they were able to identify with our brand, with our company, with our values, and they were able to put themselves into the shoes of our potential clients, so the users that actually use our products. Then that's what convinced me to put them through to the next round. So the key takeaways are, for me, it's very easy to find good designers, but the thing that you would have to do if you want to get a job in a company, try to identify with the brand and make sure that you are able to get that across to your hiring manager. That will give you a way bigger chance of getting through to the next round. So now we have a couple of options in this next and last round. I'm especially excited about one candidate. I hope this candidate can make it through. and then I will give you guys an update how that all went. All right, I have very good news, but before the good news, I just want to mention here that if you want personal help from my side with your application, I offer a consultation. The link to that is in the description down below. So the good news is we actually hired somebody. I'm very excited to work with that person. That person is a great culture fit for our company, and she really stood out with her know-how about design. But not just that, she was able to bring even more to the table, like marketing and structuring of a website, which I really appreciated, as well as she really gave a big effort in this application process, which is another thing I really appreciated about that. So maybe a little bit about the statistics. We had around 40 applicants, just 5 made it actually to the next round. Then we had 15 with no cover letters and just 5 with a personalized cover letter. And from the designers, only 10 that had a styled CV. Then my final summary I can give to you, what I learned about being the hiring manager now for this position is, first of all, as a designer, have a designed CV. And then goddamn, fill out the cover letter and make it personalized. It's not so hard. You see, just 5 people had a personalized cover letter, so you can really stand out with that. And then of course you have to know your design skills and all of that, but also make sure to communicate that you're able to identify with the brand and be able to represent the brand in your designs. In the next video, I will talk detailed about what you should do in your CV to get that job. So make sure to subscribe to not miss that. And also, if that video helped you, please leave it a like. See you in the next video.